Hello everyone, and welcome to SCUIP, an acronym for the South Coast Urban Indicators Project. This is the second of two tutorials explaining how to navigate and use the data on the website. This brief tutorial, Data Digestion, explains the actual presentation and use of the data. If you haven't already or are unfamiliar with the website in general, I would encourage you to first watch our first tutorial, Getting Started, beforehand. So let's pick a page to scan through to give you a sense of how the indicators are actually presented. We will look at homelessness for Fall River as an example. There's consistency throughout the site in that every page has been broken down into the same sections. So the first section on each page identifies what the actual indicators are that we're measuring. So for this, in this case, homelessness, we are measuring two indicators. Number one, the number of sheltered and unsheltered homeless, and number two, chronically or episodically homeless individuals. The following section identifies related indicators or subcategories. Next, we define the subcategory. Definitions for categories and subcategories can vary, so the Urban Initiative has made a point to define and then also explain why they matter in the next section as they pertain to the South Coast. Next, we explain how we are measuring the subcategory, in this case homelessness. And generally, this section is used to review the indicators we're using to measure our subcategory in more detail. And then in the next section, how is Fall River doing? Of course, if this were a New Bedford page, it would read, how is New Bedford doing? And this is the page where, or the section, where we're actually presenting the data. How the data is presented varies throughout the website. But typically we use a series of charts and tables. But a lot of times it makes the most sense to just present the raw numbers of a particular indicator. It really just depends on what instrument we think presents the data in a clear, comprehensible, and engaging manner for our users. In the case of homelessness indicators, we use a series of charts. This first chart is a bar graph that compares the number of homelessness persons in Fall River and New Bedford. These charts are interactive in that if you scroll over them, actual numbers will be revealed and a more detailed description of the data being presented. Also, on the bottom left-hand corner of all the charts, you'll notice a link to the raw data for this particular chart. And if you click on that link, data, the raw numbers that pertain to this particular chart will be revealed in a table. And you can go back to the chart by clicking back on chart on the left-hand side, bottom left-hand side. Here is another chart. This one is a line graph depicting the number of homelessness individuals over time. But again, the same idea as far as scrolling over the data and using this link at the bottom left-hand corner to see the actual raw numbers. This next section, what's being done to address homelessness and where can I learn more, is a very important section, in large part because we intended for this website to promote informed decision making and empower citizens to become actively engaged in improving the outcomes of these indicators for not only themselves but also for their cities. So we encourage visitors to the site to check out this section to learn more about what's being done to address these issues not only in their community but also across the Commonwealth and the nation as a whole. If you're visiting the site and believe that an organization you work for or know of is doing great work in one of these areas, please reach out and contact us to let us know so we can look into it. We're always looking for feedback from members of the community and beyond, really, as we continue to grow the website. This last section, Data Sources and Methods, provides a link to the data. Another important mission of this indicator's website was to be sure that our visitors knew exactly where the information they were reading was coming from. And for anyone that desires, this section will point them in the right direction for finding that data and in a lot of cases expanding on that data through the links that are provided. So hopefully this video provided a quick and useful set of guidelines for using the data on the site. We thank you again for visiting the site, and please don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions or concerns. Again, there's a link at the bottom of the page for our contact information. Thank you.